Okay, so in this video clip, I'm going to look at the black 1976 Greeks. So we're going to estimate delta, gamma, vega, theta, and rho. We're going to use the same numbers as we had used before in this video clip. And we're going to copy the VBA code that we've presented here and input into a spreadsheet where we already have manually estimated delta, gamma, vega, theta, and rho for both calls and puts. Now, just a note, formula for the black 1976 Greeks can be obtained from lynholton.com. It's a straightforward one. You can also get these from the textbook from John C. Hall or from Robert MacDonald, right? But they are here with some references to the original paper, and that's useful. So just a note. Okay, so we go into our spreadsheet. Let's just take a look at that for a moment. So let's open our spreadsheet for a moment and point out what we're going to do. So already we have a value for the forward price, the exercise, the risk-free rate, the maturity of the option, and the volatility. And we have manually estimated using these formulae here. So for the delta, gamma, vega, theta, and rho for the call option, and the delta, gamma, vega, theta, and rho for the put option, and we've obtained the values, right? So each Greek has been estimated. Note that the gamma for the call and the put are the same, and for the vega for the call and the put are the same. Okay, so that's as we might expect, and we find that here as well. Okay, so but these estimates here are basically manual estimates that rely on cell referencing, and small errors are hard to detect. So VBA generally presents us with opportunities to be a little bit more clinical. And so what I want to do is to paste in that code that we had obtained, right, from that we had obtained from the portal. So let's go into Visual Basic. There's a few modules already sitting there based on macros. So we need to insert, just to keep it clean, insert a new module. We'll give that a name. We'll call it Black Greeks. So Black Greeks, just to make it obvious from the others. And if we paste in our code here directly, we get issues in terms of the gaps in the lines and so on. So I might just edit in Word first. Okay, so we'll create a Word document. So Word, we'll open up a Word document, and we need to share this. So Word, share. So if I paste here, now I might paste directly, see what I get. Okay, there is an advantage here in terms of the lines are nice and clean, and we haven't created additional lines. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to go back into Excel, into the VBA editor, the Visual Basic editor, and now paste again. And those issues that arose before in terms of separation of lines and so on, that's no longer there. And we have a black put, black call delta, black put delta, so on. Okay, so let's go back in and input in. Okay, so we're going to estimate then the value of the call, and that involves just writing black call, and then FX, and then we take the value of the futures 127.09, the value of the exercise 110, T is equal to 1 year, R is equal to the risk-free rate 10%, volatility is 8%, and we have 1558. So that looks correct compared to the manually estimated. And then we can do the same for the call option. So let's do equal to black BL call delta. And again, we follow FX, and we can take F again, that's 127.09, K is 110, T is equal to 1 year, maturity, risk-free rate 10%, volatility 8%, close brackets, and we have an issue here. Let's just see. Okay, it's just D. Let's try that again. So FX, that's fine. Sigma is equal to 8%. Okay, and then close the brackets and 0.88. We can make a little bit more accurate, and you can see we're getting the same result. So I'm going to populate the rest of these, and I'll pause, and then we'll just resume in the once I've populated all the cells. Okay, so we've populated each of the cells and we're getting the figures to tally. So we have 8755. Again, if we go into the module, Visual Basic Editor, we can see the formulae are laid out, and they are now, there was a couple of small issues that have been resolved, and that's reflected also now back on the portal where the code is located. If we take a look here at the function black call delta, we take the values here set out, F equal 127.09, K equal 210, T equal to 1, risk-free rate equal 10%, sigma equal 8, we get 8754, and that's consistent with the value here for the manual estimation. Likewise for theta, theta is a real tough cell referencing estimation. It's difficult to scale this across many implementations and other people's spreadsheets. Easier to do this with the VBA code. If we go back into the VBA, the function for the call theta is quite demanding, but at least it's there. We can go back, we can check, and there's some semblance of ordering here. When we're in the spreadsheet, that's more difficult to track in this type of format. So VBA adds something here, and we can see both the manual and the VBA estimation are consistent. And one quick way of checking is everything the same. We can say equal to if this value is equal to this value, then 1, otherwise 0. So if I pull this across, 1 denotes both values are the same. So let's pull those across. They're the same. There seems to be a small difference here. It's not huge, it would appear. Let's pull this down. And likewise here. Looks the same. There might be a small difference, and then here, if we just put in PDF probability density function D1, we should get the same result. The slight difference between these, but not major. So this value is equal to this, would appear on the surface. This value looks very close, 35444. So I would imagine it's quite a small difference between the two. Let's subtract this from this. We should be getting a value close to 0. Let's run that again. They all seem to be 0. So if there are differences, they're infinitesimally small. Okay. And that may just come down to something in VBA relative to the estimation performed in the manual estimation. I don't think I performed rounding here. No, don't think so. Okay, so it looks good. So that's our estimation completed here. And for VBA implementation of Greeks, you can go back to the portal, and I've updated. There were some changes that I made, and they've now been introduced here.